So what do you think? I mean, this is something that I ask all of our interviews as well. It's like, what do you think? What are your predictions for in the bot space in the next 2 years, and then in the next 20?
Yeah, for sure, the next 2 years, I would say almost all enterprises will have a chatbot or have a plan or under works developing a chatbot. And in 20 years, I can almost guarantee, if I were to want to predict this, that everything's going to be conversational. Like what we did, like the desktop itself, like that's going to be almost like the rotary phone, except from the part of your day-to-day work. But if you're everyday usage type, everyone's already on the mobile phone. So if you don't have a plan on leveraging the mobile phone to do work or to make purchases, then you're gonna fail. I'm sorry, you're gonna fail. This is why it's so important that you create services that are needed, that is used in a natural environment, right? Because who's the biggest demographic of consumers in the next 5, 6 years? It's millennials, and then even the younger generation, and they all grew up and immersed in this type of technology. If I look at my phone right now, and I'll share this with my friend, with the audience here, look at how many unread emails I have. 12,000. How many missed phone calls? 18. But messaging, basic messenger, I got 0, right? Facebook 1. Where's my LinkedIn? LinkedIn 0. Skype 0. Slack 0. And Slack, I'm part of at least 5 different companies that have constant messaging. And whenever I'm pinged, I respond to those. So, something I want to drive home is, I have like 30 apps, right? Other people might have hundreds of apps. You probably have many apps yourself. But I ask this question: how many apps do you use on a daily basis, right? You use maybe 5 to 6, and one of them is either email, another one is some type of messaging, whether it's text messaging, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Snapchat, right? You're using one of those every day. So as a business, as someone who wants to develop a service, you got to be in that environment. All right. And you got to do it in a way that's not so salesy, but you got to do it in a way that can be fun and engaging, right? Like even before messaging became popular, in terms of Facebook and Microsoft, even Amazon publishing bot development platforms, like businesses aren't used to using emojis, but now having a chatbot as a business and creating a chatbot for your business, you can use emojis to express sentiments, feelings, and you can have that connection with your consumer. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connections, providing value and having a connection. So me as a consumer, if I'm having an engaging conversation with a business, I'll be more likely to go back and purchase for that business, right? I'm going to remember that engagement. But if I'm just click, click, click and purchase, that's all it is click, 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 purchase. But if it's, hi, oh, you know my name, Michael? Oh, you're asking me about what my thoughts are on this specific product? Oh, I want your thoughts. What do you think? If I bought this hat with this shoe, is that what most people are buying in your store? And if the bot is intelligent to say, yes, this is one of the most popular combinations, you see how that conversation can get into a sale. Whereas click, 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 that's all it is.
Yeah. Wow. Absolutely. I think what you did just there is for a lot of business owners created the urgency and kind of the way the platforms are shifting, right? And how they need to basically innovate, or as you said, die, right? Like it's they're not going to be able to catch up.
No, they're not. And if you go back even go further, like I believe 20 years ago, when the first, we were all on brick and mortar stores, and when the the internet came out, and then vendors were saying you need to have a website, people were like, why? People are coming to my store. I want to have that personal relationship, right? So originally, in the original intent was to create that connection. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. And now, at that time, businesses were saying, vendors were saying, you need to have a website, right? Because everyone's going on the internet. And then when the iPhone and the mobile wave of phones technology became prevalent across the world, businesses were saying, vendors were saying, you need to make sure your website is mobile friendly, right? And now this is what's happening is like, okay, it's not good enough just to have a mobile friendly. Now you need to go back to in a way, the original way or the older ways is to create a connection with the consumer. And you do that through conversational interfaces. Maybe not just only chatbots, right? Voice bots are very popular, are gaining in popularity. Some are even saying it's going to bypass chatbots. I mean, like Amazon Alexa. But there are things that you can't do with a voice that you can do with chat. And sometimes when you need details, this is where chatbot messaging becomes valuable. Like you saw with the realtors bot. Can you imagine how would you go through all of those functionalities with a voice? You couldn't, right? You want to see pictures, right? You want to ask questions about it at the same time. You want to run a mortgage calculator, right? So all of that, you have to do that with a chat bot. I don't foresee something with a voice bot, but with a voice bot, if you want to get something quick on demand, like what's the weather like, or what, add something to my shopping list so that it can go on my mobile phone, like quick commands. That's really great for voice bots. And there's a lot of applications where you can merge between the two. I mean, what I'm working on at Kaydoh, we are doing something of that, where we are merging chatbot technology with voice technology, with NLP, AI. So we're doing a lot of cutting edge technology development right now. And that is the future for sure. So when you say what's going to happen in 20 years, I can almost guarantee everything will be conversational.